You've been to the doctor, they ran tests, told you everything was fine, but deep down you know something is off. Anxiety out of nowhere, sleep all over the place, weight gain that doesn't make sense. Most doctors aren't trained to catch the first signs of menopause. They rarely recognize it because it doesn't fit the textbook version of menopause. But once you understand what's really happening, everything changes. If this resonates, hit subscribe because every week I share practical strategies to help you decode your symptoms and take back control. Let's get one thing straight. This isn't about blaming doctors. Most of them truly want to help. But the truth is their training does not prepare them to understand what you're going through. In fact, most medical schools only spend about 4 hours on menopause. 4 hours total. That's 4 hours to cover something that affects half the population for a third of their lives. Instead, they're trained to diagnose disease, not to decode hormonal dysfunction. So when symptoms creep in, like mood swings, brain fog, weight gain, sleep issues, they often blame stress, or aging, or anxiety, or depression. They might run some blood work, and when it comes back normal, they tell you you're fine. But you don't feel fine, and you're not alone. Here are the first signs of perimenopause that most women miss. Sometimes the very first signs are emotional. Some anxiety, even if you've never had it before. You might feel irritable in meetings, snappy with your family, like your emotions are just under the surface, waiting to boil over. And it's confusing because you used to be calm under pressure. You used to enjoy social time, but now even a simple event feels just totally overwhelming. And that's a hormonal shift. And what about those energy crashes? You wake up tired, you push through the day, and by mid-afternoon you feel like your brain has checked out completely. You crave sugar, carbs, coffee. You try to power through, but it's like you're in a fog. And let's not forget sleep. You go to bed exhausted, but then you're wide awake at 3 a.m. No reason, just awake, restless, wired. Sometimes you're sweating. Sometimes your heart is racing. This is not just stress. This is cortisol. This is a cortisol pattern driven by hormonal imbalance. And then there's weight. You haven't changed your diet, you're still exercising, but your clothes don't fit the same. It's not just the number on the scale, it's how your whole body is changing. The belly weight, the tight bra, the bloating that doesn't go away. You start to feel like a stranger in your own body. Now, here's the part that is so frustrating. You go to the doctor, you ask, could this be hormonal? They check your labs, your estrogen is within range. They tell you everything looks normal. So you leave thinking, maybe it's in your head. It's not. Here is why those tests don't tell you the whole story. Hormones don't sit still. They're dynamic. They change by the hour. So a single blood test is just a snapshot. It tells you nothing about the full movie that your body is living through. You need context, you need patterns, a bigger picture view. And that's where symptom tracking becomes so powerful. Let me tell you about a client. We'll call her Laura. She was 44. Her periods were still regular, but she started having anxiety before work meetings. Her memory wasn't sharp. She was waking up drenched in sweat once or twice a week. Her doctor told her it was stress. Suggested therapy. She started tracking, and within 2 weeks we saw a clear pattern. Every time she had a glass of wine, she'd wake up at 3 a.m. Every time she skipped breakfast, she'd crash by 2 p.m. These weren't random symptoms, they were hormone-driven, and that pattern became the foundation of a plan that actually worked. This is why I say your symptoms tell a real story. And if you want help spotting these ones, I created a free symptom decoder cheat sheet. You can grab it using the link in the description. It makes this part so much easier. It starts with 3 simple things. First, when does the symptom happen? Is it in the morning, after lunch, in the middle of the night? Second, what happened just before? Was it a stressful conversation, sugary food, a glass of wine, poor sleep? And thirdly, how strong was the symptom? Was it mild? Was it moderate? Did it really disrupt your day? When you start looking at your symptoms this way, patterns begin to emerge and you realize the random night sweats always follow pass from wine. You see the foggy brain always follows 5 hours of broken sleep. You start to connect the dots. And when you do, you stop feeling like a victim of chaos and start becoming an expert on your own body. And here are a few more common patterns that I have seen. A woman who thought she had food intolerances, but actually had blood sugar crashes from low protein meals. A woman who thought she was just stressed at work, but it was a cortisol loop triggered by caffeine, sugar, and poor sleep. And then there was a woman who'd been put on antidepressants, only to find her anxiety was driven by progesterone dropping in her luteal phase. These aren't rare stories, they're happening to women every day, and many of them don't realize it's perimenopause. So, what can you do now? Well, here's the good news. You don't need a diagnosis to start taking control. You can start tracking today. You can start shifting your meals, adding protein and fiber early in the day. You can cut back on your known triggers like alcohol, refined carbs, caffeine, and late night eating. And you can make small shifts in your schedule to protect your sleep, like winding down without screens or adjusting your dinner timing. And most of all, you can stop second guessing yourself. You're not imagining this, you're not overreacting, and you're not alone. Menopause isn't something that suddenly happens one day. It builds quietly over time. But once you understand the signs, you can start to take your power back. If you want to get started, I've put together a free symptom decoder cheat sheet to help you. It shows you how to track symptoms, what to look for, and how to spot hidden patterns that could be driving your worst days. You'll find the link in the description below. And this is what I wish every woman had, a way to understand what's happening without waiting for someone else to validate it, because you know your body and you deserve to feel good again. So take the first step today. Grab the cheat sheet, start tracking, and keep listening to what your body's trying to tell you. You've got this.